Okay. Right, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to do a Q&A. Good time to answer questions. So welcome. Let me turn the brightness up. We've got about 35 minutes of cardio to do, so I'm going to be here answering any questions, going through comments, all that good stuff. And a new video is out tomorrow, Sunday, so make sure you check that out, Sunday the 26th of April. And that video is about overcoming your fear of your fear of being cringe. Because if you don't worry about being cringe on content, you can start to build up confidence and momentum. That's when you're going to start bringing yourself to monetization, scaling, all that good stuff on YouTube. But you've got to push through that barrier of worrying about what other people might or might not think. Again, as I always say, not even what people will do, what people think. I always say to people, life is too short to spend all your time worrying about what other people might think. Because who gives a monkeys what other people think? Right, there we go. Having to just finish off a couple of bits there. Right. I've got a feeling my signal might be a bit hit and miss. So I'm hoping it's not. Turn that down. There we go. I don't know why, but this is my second gym. So I have 2 gym memberships. This is my other gym. Damon, how's it going? I'm all good, mate. But in this gym, the signal can be absolutely shocking. Wi-Fi's appalling in this gym. I've already trained this morning. I hit legs at my other gym at 6:30 this morning. And now we're just doing some cardio before me and my little boy go get some food. Well, he's not so little anymore, nearly 13. Hey Aaron, hope you're all doing well. I'm good, how's it going? Remember, if you have a username, if you can let me know your real name, and I will always try and remember who you are. So yeah, I just finished my 10k, nice. I don't know how many steps I'm on today. This is my cardio. Let's have a look, how many steps have I done? Although I don't really worry about steps. I've done 3,796 steps, apparently. But yeah, I've moved on to my new cutting diet. So that started yesterday, so I'm on lower carbs. I've actually had no carbs today, apart from half a banana. Gonna have a rice and chicken dish shortly at one of my favourite Persians. Almost qualified, level 2 PT. I advertised to gain experience on the app next door. Had lots of people interested. Amazing, great, love that. You want to get yourself all over the socials and start creating engaging content and tips, tricks, how-tos, walkthroughs, all that good stuff. Shirelle, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Good to have you here. Anyone that is sticking around, by the way, if you can hit that thumbs up button on the live stream, that would be amazing. Get involved again, ask questions, great time to pick my brains or fire a question at me when I'm doing cardio. The best time. So get involved. And in between that, I'm just going to carry on talking because I can talk till the cows come home. Like done. Amazing. What was your name? Again, if you've got a username, do let me know what your actual name is. Yes, I'm trying to make Paul. Good man. There we go. I'll remember your name now. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't be that guy who reads out usernames. Exciting for the launch day. Excited for the launch day. I cannot wait to go live next week with Exit 9. Very exciting. Over 800 people ready to go. It's great. Full of action takers. So, very exciting. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to producing some insane results for people where we can start showcasing to others who have that bit of self-doubt that it's possible to replace, escape, work towards stability, independence. So next Friday is the big launch day. It's going to be great. Lots of perks for the first 50 people. There's some additional perks for a total of 200 people. But the first 50, there's some extra things included, which is going to be great. And the elephant in the room, such a milestone for me, hitting 90,000 on YouTube. Honestly, just insane. So pleased about the recent milestone, because it's a tough gig. YouTube is not forgiving, and it's totally worth it as well. So yeah, just quickly going back to diet and health and fitness and all that good stuff. So for the next 2 months, I've started this new cut. So I'm basically halving the amount of carbs that I'm consuming a day now. So calories will go from like 2,600 calories. I'm going to go down to about 2,000 calories. And the majority will just be knocked out in the amount of carbs that I'm having. And that's just to get nice and lean, keep my frame, keep my size hopefully, and then head on holiday, my summer holiday. Naturally I'll put on some size, and then when I come back it will be a nice clean bulk to see if I can not become the biggest I've ever been, but I want to create a larger frame, muscular wise, which is nice and dense, but be as lean as possible. So that's the goal. On track for my silver plaque. I am, I can't wait. I'm not gonna lie, I can't wait. I feel I'm gonna go out for a nice meal with my family to celebrate. Well deserved, thanks Shirelle. I've been fasting since 2020. I do cycling and walking too. See, that could sound like you haven't been eating since 2020. Just been living on fluids. But nice. I enjoy cycling as well. I'm going to be out on the bike couple of times this coming week. Now that the sun's out, I always try and ride my bike twice a week. Me and my son and another friend of mine who I go cycling with. So yeah, sun's out now, so the bike's coming out the shed. What do I say to my mates when they brag about the amount of money they make from their 9 to 5? It's hard living around everyone when everyone else does 9 to 5 and I'm trying to escape. Oh, Tom. Well, firstly, there's a mindset shift that needs to happen for you. Because, Tom, I'll tell you what, do you mind me asking how old are you at the moment? 2 questions, Tom. How old are you? And do you have a child? Are you a parent? Those are my first 2 questions. I'm 24. Okay. Have you got a kid? No. I'm not married. I'm 33, Tom. Let me tell you now, you get to a point in your life, you don't give a monkey's about what someone else earns. I don't care. The reason I asked if you were a parent is because when you have a child, as long as you're a good parent, you really do get clarity and perspective. And you don't worry about materialistic things. You don't worry about what other people do, how much they earn. What you worry about and what you care about is your family and your life. I don't know who's earning a huge amount of money in a 9 to 5 and what they're flexing. But at the end of the day, Tom, is that they're fully controlled. You are expanding your mindset, you're expanding your horizons, you're going to be bringing yourself that much closer to your own control, your own independence. You're going to be much wiser, you're going to be fulfilled. You are obtaining purpose in your life by building something bigger than what you're serving at the moment. And no matter how they dress it up, they're still wage slaves in golden handcuffs in a shiny cage. Yeah. The live stream is lagging, you're right. How annoying. Right, bear with me. Let me that looks me better on the 4G. Hopefully my live stream gets a bit better. Can I make a video about being quiet at workplace, what will happen? I can indeed. Good morning from Lakeland, Florida. Yo, Kevin, how's it going, my man? Happy days. Never been to Florida, but definitely want to travel around America. It is on my to-do list. I just want to eat good barbecue ribs and do Texas and all that good stuff. Go to a ranch, ride a horse, live the Yellowstone life. I love Yellowstone. I don't know if anyone else has ever watched Yellowstone, but that has got to be one of my favourite series. And I love American food. I know this is totally off track and I'll go back to the questions, but there's a franchise here in the UK called Smith & Weston, and I absolutely love it. Okay, so the person with Mr. Speed, what's your actual name? And your question is, hello, I've been wanting to ask this one. Can you be successful and be an introvert? Of course, but you do have to bear in mind it's super important that you build a network. So you will have to overcome the, I don't know, being apprehensive or a little bit nervous about building new professional relationships, but you'll have to do that. But yeah, of course, yeah. I mean, success isn't defined or based on whether you're an extrovert or an introvert. But obviously, you do have to have an incredible network around you. By the way, is the stream okay now, or is it lagging? Let me know if you can hear me and see me all right. It's hard when you say escape to live a life by design and not a life assigned to you. Honestly, I didn't realise this until I came across your channel. It's literally true, it really is. Tom, what I hope you see from my account, and where I like to separate myself from other people on YouTube, I'll say it as it is. I will not fluff or mince my words. And I am not afraid to be the villain if it means I reveal the truth. And I don't mind pouring vinegar on people's open wounds if it's for the better, you know, if it's for good. That's why saying is the truth hurts. But we're in a world and a society where everything is controversial, everything upsets people. However, I've got thick enough skin that I am more than happy to address all the problems within the workplace, the reality of entrepreneurship, and the very obtainable life by design. It's tough, it's hard, but it's achievable. Okay, you're a legend, Darren. Thanks for your videos. Pleasure. Are you a man or you're a woman? Because normally I'd say pleasure, dude. So let me know your name and I'll remember it. I heard the site director at my job knows your channel and was told someone in the company watches you but doesn't know who. That's mad. Isn't that crazy? Isn't it crazy how far all this reaches? I'll let you into a little funny one. Some of my short form videos on my Instagram and TikTok have been shown in workplace meetings for good and not so good. So, the positive, my videos about being a good leader have been shown in workplaces where I've been contacted and said, oh, Aaron, your videos were brought up on the projector screen from our manager on how to be a good leader. And basically, if the leader, the manager, could do any better, to let him know. And then I was also contacted by someone that one of my videos was shown by a manager. I don't know what the video was of me, where the manager was saying, do not listen to this guy. If anyone follows him, that's not how we do things in this workplace. You're not to listen to this message. That is psychotic, that is controlling, that is manipulating, and that is weird. And that manager should be sacked for doing that. Rob, how's it going, man? Also, what do I tell my boss when he asks, what are you doing on the weekend? Tom, my honest answer, mate, is tell him it's none of his business. This is where, Elena, this is where there needs to be boundaries, and there hasn't been boundaries in place. This is why I talk about the things that I do. Tom, if you're trying to build something else, I would seriously consider if it's viable to even stay in this job whilst you build something. Do they know too much about you? Are they too socially connected? Do they feel too comfortable to ask you personal questions? If the answer is yes, I would look for another Tom that pays your bills, that gives you peace and freedom and movement to build in silence. Jamie is the name. Good man. Wow. So 9-to-5 managers learn from you, which means you don't need 9-to-5 to learn social skills. It's mad, isn't it? Aaron, I have a problem in work. After I come back from my holiday, they changed roles. I'm assuming your role, and I've not been informed. What can I do in this case? Well, Elena, you need to look at your contract, because a lot of contracts will actually be quite broad in terms of they can move you to different sites, different roles, without any permission, without any consultation. So I would look into your contract, I'd run it through ChatGPT with a very hard prompt of, can they instruct you to do another role without you being informed and going through some form of pre-consultation. In my last job, they had it in the contract. They could move me to any site, any role, and is what it is. So might be the same for you. I don't know. You need to check it out. If I tell my boss none of your business, he'll look, be upset, might target me. To be honest, should I just be direct and risk it? Well, Tom, again, this is just with age and wisdom. Because you're asking me, again, this is all my message in my content. Life is more than a job. Don't see him as your boss, Tom. He's a human being who bleeds the same as you. He's an equal to you. You get the same respect as you give to him. That's how it should be. He is just a man who bleeds. He just has a role that he needs to fulfill, which is to oversee an operation of some sort. That doesn't give him a God-given right to ask you questions, to point the finger, to have an emotional reaction based on your answer. He doesn't have any of those rights. That is not in the contract. So, Tom, I don't swear on my YouTube, but head up, chest proud, be respectful, but put your foot down and say very politely, or however you want to address it, I appreciate you asking what I'm doing at the weekend. I'd like to just keep that private. Thank you. What is it you need me to do? What's going on in the workplace? What do we need to do? What's the tasks? What jobs need to be done? Set boundaries. Again, this is the benefit of when you do eventually replace and escape. In fact, Tom, let me ask you a question. Are you on Instagram? Yeah, I mean, look, whole like bonding and can you make a video about being quiet at workplace? What will happen if you don't talk to anyone, but just do your job and go home? So, what's your name, if you don't mind me asking? Tom. So, Tom, drop me a follow on my main Instagram, which is Aaron Knightley Official. But also, Tom, you can get it on my main page under my founder and then my companies. But go follow exit9.ai. We're about to launch next week. Exit9.ai. Drop me a follow and I'll drop you a follow back on exit9.ai. Look at my videos, have a look at them, and then make up your mind. Have a look, find out, drop me a DM. That might be your answer. That's why I built it. Yeah, exit9.ai on Instagram, or you can just get it through Aaron Knightley Official on Instagram. David, cool. Yeah, or like Rob said, you can literally just come up with a porky. Right, David, I actually do have a video on my, let me just recommend a video to David quick. Right, so I do have a video about, I'll just find the title. Okay, so David, the video on my page is called 40 Years of Loyal Wage Slavery, Yet Disposable in a Day or in 24 Hours. The thumbnail is, Can Anyone Really Survive the Workplace for 40 Years? In that video, I go into detail. So again, I'll just say the title of the video, called 40 Years of Loyal Wage Slavery. Okay, so look for that one. And the big word on my thumbnail, David, is survive. It's 31 minutes and 50 seconds. In that video, I answer that question that you've just asked me, mate. Okay, let me just open up the live so I can read the questions. They don't change. They don't change role, but rules. Yeah, so yeah, you wouldn't have a leg to stand on, I'm afraid, Elena. They can change the rules to whatever they want because they, or the the owner of the company, yeah, can change it. Yeah. Can you imagine my boss tells me to give the customer a good experience by not going silent all during the call while doing the service when it's a call centre? I would say, Tom, if you want my honest opinion, if you're in a call centre, number one, your job's going to be wiped out very soon, mate. So definitely look for another job. But two, that is definitely not the right environment to build a business. I just got to take my t-shirt off. My jumper. It's starting to get a bit too hot. So yeah, I would look for another role if I was you, Tom. I would look for another role. So I don't think that's the right environment at all for you. That's one of the biggest things that people struggle to do or realise or be conscious about is actually changing jobs and evaluating your current job role to whether it is viable to continue whilst you now go and embark on this journey of replacing and escaping your 9 to 5. So I'm going to wrap up my cardio very soon. The company is so bad, the reviews on it are all 1-2 stars. They're just like the early finishes, that's literally it. Yeah, the live will get copyright because of the... if it picks up on my headphones, yeah. But I don't really... I'm not overly fussed about copyright on live streams. Live streams are just more for me to be able to interact with, subscribers and answer questions and stuff like that. Videos have got to be mindful of. I'm going to take a guess, Tom, and say what do you work, 6 till 2? Something like that, or 8 till 2? You want to join in with the workout? Go for it. Crack on. Let's get a city mindset, yeah. 6 to 2:30. Oh, I thought it might be. Something like that. I would say try and go find a job stacking shelves in Tesco, Sainsbury's, Asda from like 4 in the morning till like 10 in the morning or 12 midday and do those hours, or try and work an afternoon shift from what I did, like 1 p.m. till like 11 at night. Go do shift work, 4 days on. The thing is, Tom, if you're 24, you've got no kids. Do you live at home at the moment? How to crack YouTube algorithm. Put your seatbelt on. Be prepared to be in it for a long time. And add so much value to your viewers that they want more and that they'll pay you for implementation. Just having a bad day. Great to see you. Oh, hey, you can join in. Get involved. Get up. Walk out of whatever bad situation you're in and get cracking. Jump on the stepper next to me, why not? Okay. Well, Tom, you got to go all in then, mate. I used to play high level football, so I get it. Like, tick that box, do everything you can to to play high level football, first team, and then if that don't work out, aggressively go into building something for yourself. Also, there's a very short window before technology and AI dramatically makes it that much harder to actually build something. So, Tom, I've got loads of footage on my phone as well. Drop me a message on my Instagram, and I'll happily share it with you. I don't put certain information on my channels. I like to keep lots of things about my life private and just protect my circle and my peace. So anything that has certain associations, I just keep off my socials. But more than happy to message on the DM, mate. You can't quit 9 to 5. You can't quit 9 to 5 if you are not financially stable. You mean you can't quickly quit the 9 to 5? No, I would, again, as all my videos say, you want to replace and escape. You want to build something, replace a minimum of 80% of your salary until you consider building what I call a runway. Oh, that's hilarious. I just said runaway, and the next song is I Want to Run Away. How fun is that? Oh, mate, I'd love to go to workplaces. I've even thought about and looked into legally how it stands. I would love to do like a undercover employee, go back, get a job, if I could get through an interview without being noticed or someone saying, I'm sure that's the guy who talks about last one in, first one out. I'd love to do like a little mini self-made production of getting a job. But legally, I think I'd be shafted. Okay, right. I'm going to make a move, everyone, because now I'm going to get food with my son. I'm going to go get Persian, chicken, rice, salad, all that good stuff. Might have a bit of lamb kofte. So until then, thanks everyone for subscribing. Means a lot. And the road to 100k is coming. Remember, Exit 9 launches next week, so if you're not on the launch list for Exit 9, that is all about building a life of time and financial independence on your own terms, never asking permission, saying no to whoever you want, and doing whatever you please. So yeah. Anyway, look, I've got to shoot, and I will see you on the flip side.